The date was April 23, 1992. George H.W. Bush was in the White House. Vanessa Williams' Comfort Zone album was at the top of the music charts, and it was the first day of trial deliberations for the 4 LAPD officers charged in the Rodney King beating.
On April 23rd, my brother Eddie and I flew into Los Angeles during spring break for 7 days of relaxation from the bustle of Chi-Town. As we walked out of the airport to get a courtesy bus to Hertz rental car, we were welcomed by sunny skies and warm temperatures in the mid-90s. It was my first time in LA, and I was immediately captivated by the majestic palm trees and spectacular view of the iconic theme building that I've seen on countless TV shows. I rented a 92 four-door midnight blue Volvo sedan at the airport, and it served as our transportation for the duration of the trip. During our trip, we lodged at my cousin Brian's house in Marina del Rey. While driving on the 405 from the airport to his house, we planned our 7-day trip, with Cape Madaleni's being the final destination.
After 7 days of deliberations, the trial ended on April 29th with the reading of the verdict around 5 p.m. All 4 LAPD officers charged with the brutal beating of Rodney King were acquitted. Shortly after the verdict was announced, rioters took to the streets. It was their last night in Los Angeles, and Eric, brother and cousin, were looking forward to an exciting dinner at the popular Cape Madaleni restaurant in Beverly Hills. While driving to the restaurant located at Wilshire Boulevard and Doheny, they were met by an angry mob of rioters at the intersection of San Vicente and Wilshire. The rioters began charging towards the car. Fortunately, one member from the angry mob stopped the attack after clearly noticing that they were not the intended victims they wanted to assault.
We finally made it safely to Cape Madaleni's. Surprisingly, the restaurant was packed. By looking around, you would never know that LA was in riot mode. Everyone was seemingly having a good time. I'm sure deep inside that a majority were nervous, especially observing faces of a few when we walked in. It's hard to tell from this photo that we were feeling extremely uneasy about sitting in a swanky Beverly Hills restaurant while the city of LA was under siege. We were on stage as we sat at the largest corner booth in the dining room. It was the most requested table in the restaurant that we managed to reserve 1 week before the trip. The booth was framed by a huge glass window facing the corner of Wilshire and Doheny. As I sat, I felt a bit uneasy about being so noticeable through the window to potential drive-by rioters who could attack us for being in a predominantly white establishment during the riot. Another side of me felt guilty for not being out protesting against the verdict with other peaceful protesters. Whatever the case, I feel that we made a good decision to stay out of harm's way by enjoying the last few hours that we had in LA together.